This is AEP 858, Data Analysis and Assessment, Module 17. So this is a little graphic that teachers and staff may use when going through the data analysis protocol. So I have set up a couple steps that aligned with some of the things that we have learned through this course. And the first one starts with setting goals. So looking at the mission and vision of the school and setting a goal that aligns with the overall goal of the school and the mission and the vision of the school. Next would be to assess. So the staff would need to know who they are assessing and how they are assessing. Next would be to organize and analyze the data. So staff would need to understand how they are going to organize the data, what type of data they are going to look at, and then how they're going to analyze it. Next, staff would create a plan of action. So what steps need to be taken in order to meet the goal? So how did students or whoever was assessed do on the assessment? And then what does that mean in relation to the goal that you set at the beginning? Next would be the reflection piece. So how did students do overall? And then how does that align with the goal? Are we on track? And if not, what changes could we make? Next is a graphic organizer that I created that relates to the graphic. I think that this would be really beneficial to teachers because they would have a more focused way of talking about data. So these are the steps, and then there are questions underneath to help teachers guide their discussions as they are talking about data. So number one, setting goals. How does the goal align with the overall goal of the school? And then teachers will discuss how we will know if we have met our goal. Next would be to assess, and teachers would need to discuss what type of assessments they will use, who will be assessed, and then how will they assess. Next would be to organize and analyze the data. So how will we organize our data? If we are doing an assessment relating to priority standards, asking what specific priority standard are we assessing, what specific features are we looking at. Next, creating a plan of action. What are the next steps to reach our goal? What does each team member need to do in order to help the team and students reach our goal? And what is the deadline for these steps? So staff has a clear picture of what they need to do and when it needs to be done by. And finally, the reflection piece. Did the assessment adequately measure what we intended, and how can we improve the teaching and learning cycle based off of this information? Using this graphic and this graphic organizer could be a great tool to help teachers and staff have focused discussions on data.